been waiting for this, Wolfgang Puck. You always invent the better mousetrap. And, you know, you're kind of famous for your cook and look lids.
Yeah.
The idea is this is a concept that comes really from Europe that sells for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But now it's like a party waiting to happen. You can see the fun happen before your eyes.
The fun is going to make your life so easy. You know what? It's gonna make your meatloaf, your mashed potatoes, your cookies. You wanna bake for the holidays. Thanksgiving is around the corner. The holidays are around the corner. You will become an amazing baker. And the way we designed it, the way it whips the air into the meringue or the whipped cream, because the whisk turn around themselves and then they turn in circles like
it's
that.
Double trouble.
It's double trouble,
double fun. So let me show them what they get.
Okay,
hey,
you go over there.
By the way, a little bit later on, we're gonna get our Facebook up and rolling, and I have to say, this is an idea whose time has come. Hey, I do wanna point out real quickly though, we only brought in a couple thousand of Marion's book, but to Wolfgang's point, this was 8 years in the making. You know, last time he did a Mixer Today's special, didn't look anything like this. Nobody has anything like this, unless you're spending hundreds of dollars. So it is $24 or $29 and change. We are paying to send it to you. All you do is you pick your color of choice. The black, the blue, the white, or the red. I'm getting the red. I'm actually gonna have to grab my iPad so I can place my order. Black and the red are the most popular, but this is what Wolfgang was talking about. Not only double the trouble, double the fun, but you get this double-sided balloon whisk. Now, not only does that mean things happen faster, you whip more air into things like your meringues. You also, your whipped cream.
Your cookie dough, your pies.
Cookie dough, your pies. Here's the bowl scraper, which is part of the deal, which I think is genius. And remember, you don't have that big head on a mixer that's blocking the action, so you can really see everything that's going on. Then, of course, when we say from meatloaves to meringues and everything in between, you also get your dough hook, which is awesome because he's famous for pizza, let's be honest.
Absolutely, we're gonna make pizza dough.
And here's this little cook and look lid. Now what's interesting is, Wolfgang, normally when we talk about this kind of power, stuff can go splattering all over, even with the big stand mixer. Well, look at how controlled this is.
But also we have the cover for it. Did you show people the cover for it? Yeah, look at that here.
Were you watching the show?
Yeah, I didn't see that far. I didn't have my glasses
Well, there you go.
I can't see, but look at that. We are making meringue. I love meringue. So not only you have a timer on here, but you also have the speed, and it's all digital. Look at that.
Right.
See it turning on faster?
Yeah. But check this out.
Look how fast it goes. So let's turn it down one.
Okay.
And so you pour your sugar in here and the meringue, and you will see in 1 second, if you want to make a key lime pie or a banana cream pie, you will have the perfect meringue. Or you want to make a baked Alaska. Look at. See that? Look, I'm gonna show you how fluffy.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Okay, now even with your conventional mixer, when I said double the trouble, double the fun, it mixes faster. So Wolfgang, that's the whole point. You want more
air in it. Exactly.
Right. So, oh, no, we've slowed it down in slow motion. So you can see, they're actually looking at the video here, Wolf.
Okay, good, all right.
So, and it's got the little bowl scrapers too, right?
Exactly, I'm gonna show you for the whipped cream.
Right, there's nothing for the kids to lick. There's nothing for, you know, it cleans itself up as well. So that's just part of the action. Of course, we're Facebooking Live. Hey, by the way, Wolfgang is using one of the 3 spatulas that we also have in stock. Wolfgang, why do I want more air in my whipped cream?
Well, you want it fluffy, you want it made just perfect. If you make a cake, you want the eggs fluffy, so that way it rises more. So here, look at that. We have a lime pie with meringue on here. But
you know what? You don't get that with your hand mixer. You don't get that, you know, that kind of control with your
Look how beautiful and jiggly the meringue is. Perfectly whipped. I mean, it can't be any better.
I know.
You can taste it. You know what? I could use it for shaving cream.
You could. You could.
I know. Maybe my wife can lick it off after. That's perfect.
There you go. Remember, we are Facebooking live. Hey, Rick,
it's sexy cream.
It is. Hey, Rick, I'd love to show the spatulas that Wolfgang is using.
Yeah.
And then we also have, I'll grab them in a moment, his mixing bowls are back, but, you know, in very short supply. And remember, we only brought in a couple thousand of Marian's book. So the book, honestly, from whipped cream to meatloaf, meringues, divinity, your cookies will never look the same ever again. And I will tell you, this is an idea whose time has come.
Yeah.
Marian, of course, Wolfgang's right-hand woman in the kitchen. Those great bake-offs, the British one, the American one, there's a whole new generation of people baking.
Young kids come to the restaurant all the time, and they want to come in the kitchen and work with us. So if you have kids who are interested, and this will help them, and it's completely safe because it has a cover. You can see it here. It has a timer. For example, why a timer? If you want to make whipped cream and you turn around, in no time you have butter. Then what you're going to do? You have to start all over again. So here, look at that. I have the whipped cream in here.
Right.
I'm going to put it on high. And we have the timer on 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's it, 90 seconds.
Well, which is key because Marian, you know, case in point, I've been using a hand mixer. I've burned them out when I'm doing the monster cookies with the peanut butter. But you were telling me you're pretty much going to under. Because your arm gets tired.
You get sick and tired of holding the thing.
Right, exactly. Or if you've got the really big, you know, expensive stand mixer, it's easy to do it too long.
We're gonna make chocolate mousse. We have chocolate ganache.
Now you're just showing off.
All right, look at that.
I like it. I like where you're going, Wolf.
I know. I mean, people love it. And you know what I do? I serve it like that, or if I have leftover, I freeze it, and it's like a souffle glacé.
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, Keith loves you. Lamont loves the Facebook. Sherry says hello.
Wow.
Lisa, you're right. This would work great as a wedding or a Christmas present, and really a present to you for those cookie exchanges. Actually, I have a question from Gail, Miss Marian.
Yeah.
I know you've got a meatloaf recipe in your cookbook.
Yes.
Do you use the dough hook so it doesn't get mushy? Is that what you put on, or what do you recommend?
Yeah, we have actually our hooks here. We'll show them.
Yeah, the paddles. You can do
yeah.
either, Shannon. Some people like dough hooks, some people like the paddles. Either one worked just fine, Gail.
Okay, so there you go, Gail. That's what keeps it from getting mushy.
Yeah.
And honestly, we see you there. I have to say, this is an idea whose time has come. There's a similar, here are the spatulas, if you want the spatulas. Customer pick in short supply at $14.95.
No.
There are only a couple hundred in each color. What are you doing now?
Now look at the beautiful whipped cream. So I'm gonna fold it in gently. I put it down on a lower speed, and we're gonna have chocolate mousse, or we can make a parfait glacé, which I call it parfait glacé. Basically, it's a frozen mousse.
Nice. But
and it's delicious. You can keep it in the freezer.
You can.
And when you want it, take it out, put a few berries around, and people are going to think you're the best pastry chef in your city.
But you know, a lot of the girls in the makeup room are doing the keto diet. And a lot of their desserts are just heavy whipping cream and like sugar-free Jell-O. But you have to have the power and the mixing capacity to do gluten-free, sugar-free, and paleo or keto.
Yeah, and make it really fluffy. So that's really an important part.
Exactly. But see, you can do everything from...
Look at that here.
Oh, nice.
How beautiful, my God.
From fritters to pound cake. All right. Hey, Mark, I'd love to do just like a little pan here, and let's do some yum-yum shots.
Yeah,
now,
where is the one we just made? Is over there.
I don't care if it's beautiful meringues, or if you're doing your cheesecakes, if you're doing your lava cakes. Lava cakes are hard to do. Thank you, guys. We can actually keep kind of panning right along here. So here...
Look at that. This is the pie we just made here. See that?
Oh, there. Now that's what you just did.
The key lime pie here.
Beautiful. So cakes, muffins, mousses. It's your pizza oven. I love your little cookie exchange that you have going on here. How sweet is that?
I tell you, I grew up really poor in Austria. You know, the neighbors, the aunts, whoever, my mother never went to the store to buy anything because she didn't have the money, but she was a great baker. What did she do? Wherever she went for the holidays, she bought a box of cookies. So instead of spending $50 or whatever to go and buy that, Here, with the FlexPay, you can make 2 boxes of cookies already and give them for friends as a present.
Okay, gingerbread house, would you recommend the dough hooks to do like gingerbread?
Well, the cookie paddles, because that dough's not, it's hard after you make it, right?
Okay,
but typically cookies are the paddles, the little white circles.
Okay, so the paddles, and then of course we've got the balloon whisks and the dough hooks that are also included. Remember, this is your only opportunity for the year. We've been waiting for Wolfgang to do something like this. He's paying to send it to you. It's less than $30 on your credit card.
No.
Just choose your color of choice. Oh, Wolf, that looks
Look how unctuous, how amazing that looks. See that chocolate mousse?
So
you know, you go to a restaurant, you're gonna pay $12 for that. 2 is $25. It's basically a
exactly.
A FlexPay. I said a sex pay. I can talk.
Your name's on the show, Wolf. I guess you can say what you would like.
If you have some little berries left over, sprinkle a little bit on top, and you have dessert.
Absolutely.
Now, we were talking about the pizza.
Let's do pizza.
I became well known because we were making pizza.
Right. You know what? And hey, the chef is in charge. I'm going to let him double dip if he wants, because he has got a wicked sweet tooth.
Oh, totally, totally. For me, the most important thing. But this dough hook and this machine makes the best dough. I tell you, if you want to make bread, if you want to make focaccia. So here we have water, olive oil, and yeast. Yeah. And then I'm just going to throw in the flour here. Look at that. And I'm gonna turn it on.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And of course, the dough hooks are included.
Yeah, I start slow because if I want to do it fast, I can do it too, but then I have to put a splash guard on.
Right. So remember, now ideally, you know, when you first get started, you'll put that splash guard on, but I guess the whole point is you can take it off and make it easy. Miriam, you were telling me a couple of days ago, so if I'm adding hot ingredients as an example, or if I'm using your little, if you're doing buttercream, icing and things like that, it makes it a whole lot easier, right? So how would you recommend using this if you're doing some of those ingredient add-ons?
Well, that's where you're gonna fall in love, because unlike my beloved stand mixer that has the big head over the top, that thing is not in your way. It's what I absolutely love about this mixer, is you're free to pour your ingredients in with either the outer guard, the little one that's shaped like a donut, or you would just pop off that center lid. The center lid we use mostly for whipped cream because it's the most splashy ingredient that I can think of, but the mixer's fine, like Wolf has it without any guard at all. That's what we love about it, and similar to other mixers. You can use them with or without the guard.
So Wolfgang, again, you know you're famous for pizza.
Now, look at that. Look how beautiful it kneads the dough. You can see it's a nice dough ball. I just started a minute ago. So now if they say knead the dough for 10 minutes, you put the timer on 10 minutes. You can go slice your tomatoes, grate your cheese, do whatever you have. And look at that. Before that, I made some bread, a whole wheat bread. So I actually cooked it in our bowl.
So you can bake in the bowls.
You can bake in the bowl. Now look how even it comes out.
Fabulous.
But let's cut into it.
I love, Wolfgang, how so many of your products work together. I know. Like this.
They do. Hey, Rick, when we get a chance.
Look how beautiful and fluffy the bread is. Look at that. Whole wheat bread. It couldn't get any better.
Beautiful. So when you think about it.
You smell it, you say, oh my God, all I need is a little butter and maybe a little bit of prosciutto or salami on top, and you don't have to go to a restaurant
You don't. So remember, from sweet to savory and everything in between, from meatloaves to meringues and baked Alaska. I actually bought the new configuration of the bowl set. I use those bowls every single day for something.
Me too. My son, he uses it